Yes, welcome to the lighter side of the dark side. It's your Thursday night freak show, the Dark Mark Show. I'm Dark Mark, the goth comedian, and of course, you know who's sitting to my left with the Fireball whiskey.
Hello.
It's a whiskey night, not a wine night. It's Nicole 6.
It's because Sin's here. The Sin, we bust out the Fireball.
That's right. It's a special 4th of July on 2nd of July show. It's all American. We've got wearing her red, white, and blue vest. Which is weird because she's going to be an expatriate very soon. We'll talk about that. The wonderful, the beautiful, you know her, you love her, you lust after her. Sin-Fisted 2.0 with the new breasts.
With the new boobs.
Showing them off sailor style.
Now, did you have to get a new top for those boobs? Because
this is actually an old top, and thankfully it still fits. But I had to get rid of probably about 3 dozen bras and a lot of like tops and dresses.
Oh, you should have given them to Nicole. She could use them. And
I had a booby shower.
Oh, we missed that. Yeah. Next to you, to your right, is the godmother of soul. I should do like a whole ladies and gentlemen. she sang a backup on Please Please Me. Pa's got a brand new bag, Sex Machine. She's the godmother of soul. You know her, you love her. Get ready for TomiRae Brown.
Those are crickets.
Oh, I doubt that.
Hi, how are you?
I've known you about you for a while.
Yeah.
I actually know. I know Steph from Wicked Gypsy, and
I love him.
Yes, we all love him, and so I remember hearing about you before you went out with James Brown. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. We are going to talk about James Brown too. We got some stuff going on.
Sounds great.
Sin's got a whole story about how she took the keyboard player from Marilyn Manson, Pogo, to see James Brown.
I remember that night.
We'll talk about that. Hold on.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I know you from. I knew I recognized you.
Okay.
I thought I was going to be in here with all beautiful women. I was looking so forward to it. Who's the gentleman on your right?
This is Martin McNeil, and Martin McNeil is a fantastic, incredible artist from London, England, and he's the gentleman that I'm going to be performing with. It's actually his debut here in America at the Rainbow Bar and Grill on July 4th.
And you want to get the mic a little closer.
July 4th at 10 o'clock. Martin McNeil, he's currently the #1 artist in England on Reverb Nation. He is an incredible songwriter talent. You're just going to love him.
It's going to be a really good
Nicole.
show.
It's going to be. We've got so many surprises coming for you, and we'll talk about that too.
So
This is Martin McNeil.
Hi, Martin.
Yeah, hi.
So 4th of July, she brings a guy from England to play the Rainbow.
Yeah, I know. Funny.
That's good.
guys,
Independent from me, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. We won't talk about that tonight.
No, we'll talk about we got big British, because we do have a worldwide following. So
That's good.
It's following about 30 people, but it's a whole they're spread out worldwide, so it's good. Anyway, so before we get started, we got to do the sponsors real quick. Doomy's Home Cooking. I don't know if you've ever been to Doomy's Home Cooking. I know Cindy, you've probably been there, right? Oh, you're not a vegan.
I cook at home.
I know.
I rarely eat out.
Doomy's Home Cooking is a couple weeks ago. Was it last week?
It
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, because we rushed the show last week.
I finally had the Big Mac.
Yes, they're the most delicious vegan food you've ever had.
Really?
You wouldn't even know it's vegan. Philly cheesesteaks,
Big Macs.
Big Macs, pulled pork sandwiches. I had the fried chicken.
Oh, I love
Vegan
it.
fried chicken. They put a little piece of wood in there to make it look like a bone. Delicious.
The nachos are the best in LA. Not just counting vegan nachos, they're just that good.
Where is this place? Where do I?
It's you know where the M Bar is? It used to be on Fountain and Vine.
I do.
1253 Vine Street, Suite 9, Los Angeles, California, 90038. The nachos were picked one of the 10 best nachos in LA. The only one without meat. This guy's a genius. I don't know how he does it.
And the way he does the proteins, because anything that's substituted for vegan purposes is always some form of vegetable protein. He gets it. He nails it with the right seasonings to make it taste like meat. So you get all the same textures, but it's not meat.
Oh, nice. And it's healthy.
The fried chicken, well, I don't know about that, but
Healthy-ish.
it's delicious. It's delicious. It's better.
I'm sure the vegan Big Mac is healthier than the regular Big Mac. It tasted amazing.
But it's way bigger than the regular Big Mac.
Huge.
It's huge. So
couldn't finish.
if you're in LA and you're especially late at night, they're open till 3 Friday and Saturday. So after you go see Tommy at the Rainbow, go to Doomy's.
Right.
If you're at the goth clubs this weekend, go to Doomy's afterwards. Have a great meal. We're also brought to you by Audible.com. Now, if you go to darkmarkshow.com, there's an Audible button right next to my smiling face. You can get any audiobook, and they've got plenty. I put in James Brown, of course, and you could get it's summer. Sure. Read a book, you want to read a book, you want to listen to a book, you're always on the road, you're doing road trips, why don't you listen to The Music and Life of James Brown by R.J. Smith, 14 hours and 16 minutes of James Brown. Okay, not that one. Okay, how about Inside the Godfather, Never Before Told Stories of James Brown's Inner Circle? No. Okay. Here's one we can all agree on. Role of a Lifetime, Reflections on Faith, Family, and Significant Living by the sportscaster James Brown. That's okay.
I think that's brilliant.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Anything
Jim Brown has to say, we can go with that.
Yeah, so there's the sportscaster James. Anyway, but they've got books on everything. They've got horror books. They've got. Let me see. Let me put Sin in here. See what comes up. How about that? If you put in Sin, the 14th Deadly Sin by James Patterson. Sin, Shame, and Secrets, the true story of the murder of a nun, conviction of a priest, and the cover-up in the Catholic Church. That sounds like something Nicole would
No, it sounds terrible. I'm like not into that at all.
I call not it.
Well, James Pattinson knows the shit.
Here's one we can all agree on. 3 Nights of Sin, and it's got a Harlequin romance cover. There's Baird's Club Sin Book 2, Empire of Sins, The Jazz Murder in New Orleans, The First Deadly Sin. We
I'm into the Empire. Let's do the
Guilty as Sin by Tammy Hogue is actually quite good.
There you go. So when you're looking for Sin, don't get the James Brown books on there, but get whatever you want. Nobody bought a book last month. Get an audiobook. Just click on the button. You get a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial on audible.com. What was the last good book you read?
The Keith Richards book, Life.
They have it.
Yeah. They do.
I think they do.
And right now I'm reading Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King, and the sequel Finders Keepers just came out, so that's a perfectly good book to get.
Right there. 23 hours and 8 minutes, narrated by Johnny Depp. Instead of reading it, you could have listened to it in your car.
That would be great. Especially listening to Keith Richards' live book, because he does it in Keith speak.
Yes.
So it'd be like, hey, oh, yeah.
Well, go to darkmarkshow.com. Click on that. You get that audiobook free and a free 30-day trial. You can cancel the next day, but you probably won't because you get deep discounts on books.
Stephen King also, for 4th of July, released something that's only an audiobook. So I would get that. It's called Drunken Fireworks.
Ooh, Drunken Fireworks.
Hold on.
I need to get it still.
Hold on. Drunken.
Now, is your book on there, Nicole?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Drunken Fireworks right there. Audible.com.
Yep.
Wow. Get that free. You can also, if you go to Nicole6.com, you can get her new, it's not an audiobook, but you can get the actual book, Some Fucked Up Shit.
Yay.
I love
her
it.
collection of short stories, which I do. It is fantastic.
Thank you.
And also our new sponsor, and I will have.
For a second there, I thought you were typing in Anna Levine, and we all, no.
Yeah, Adam Levine. No. Okay. We're good. AdamandEve.com.
Ooh,
go to
epic summer sale.
Go to our Facebook page tomorrow, which you can link from darkmarkshow.com. I will have new codes, not only for Adam and Eve, the #1 adult toy store on the net. Look at that. Anal toys, vibrators, women's sex toys, men's sex toys, adult movies, lingerie, lubes and lotions, extras. There's something called Clone a Willy. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, no, it's you can mold it. You can mold a penis. So if you like your partner's dick and they're away, you can mold it. And
it's like
have
really
their
Penelope
penis.
Spheris.
Yeah. And actually, you can stick a I had one. You can stick a vibrator in it, so it vibrates too.
Aw.
Yeah, and they make a clone of pussy too. I
Right. You didn't do that for James Brown, did you?
No.
Okay.
No, he had his own.
Yeah, I understand. But also there's AdamMail.com, and we'll have a code for
Is
them.
that like
too.
an addictomy?
No. Adam Mail is the #1 gay adult toy store on the net. Gay sex toys. You know the Fleshlight?
The Fleshlight,
which is it's a flashlight with a vagina on the end, a fake vagina. They have for Adam Mail, they have one that's a butt. So you can just stick it. Yeah, it's all.
Does it light up when it touches a warm surface?
I think I haven't inspected that much.
Does it change color?
They have gay sex dildos, including one that has a pump attached. So I don't know what that means, but I'm sorry.
You know what that would be? That would be
your vibrator.
Yeah, that's my.
What is this?
It'll go away in a minute.
No. Anyway.
All right, good.
Anyway, so let's start the show. Anyway. Is that your vibrator or your phone?
Yeah, that's my vibrator. Let me just get that.
So yeah, have some Doomies Home Cookies, put on an audiobook,
We'll talk to Sin.
Have a nice night in with Adam and Eve.
Sin, or Adam and yes, Adam and Eve or AdamMail.com.
Yep. Nice date night.
Exciting news for Sin Fisted. Yeah. Always exciting. Sin is going to be leaving us for a while to perform in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And by the way, you don't know who Sin Fisted is. Contortionist, grindcore performer, a burlesque dancer, extraordinary. An American original, I would say.
Dubai's
She's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, we noticed that. And so tell us about the whole Dubai thing and how that came about.
I have a friend of mine who I've been online friends with for a while from social media, and he and I have sploshing in common. And sploshing is when you do performance art or even just in the bedroom and you like food on your body as a sexual turn on. And I do eating with my feet, and I pour like food and mud and stuff on my body, and this guy does the same. We finally had a show together last year, and
a splashing show.
Well, no. It was at a drag. It was for Belay Brothers. It was a drag show. So he did drag, and I did Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror. Yeah. So I was a woman dressed as a man, dressed as a woman. But when I open my cape, I'm wearing my strap on. And then I do contortion and I fuck my face on stage.
Right,
Isn't it nice?
Of course.
Brilliant.
She sucks her own dick.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ron Jeremy was going to be here today.
And then after hanging out, after hanging out with this guy, it's infamous Boom Boom. He was telling me about Cirque du Soir, and they have a base in the United Kingdom, in Dubai, and they're opening up in Shanghai. And he says that he has contracts with them, and he's like, I want to get you in with these people. Well, I got an email from him in March saying that they're doing open casting. They need performers to submit. I submitted, and after about a month, maybe 2 months of back and forth, they finally put me on the roster. So I leave in a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like I leave on the 14th. So
it's going to be quite a culture change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I need.
You're not going to be able to wear that.
No. Well, if I'm performing in a nightclub, so I will be able to wear this in a nightclub. But as far as walking, I can wear this on the beach, but I can't wear this if I'm walking on the streets or anything like that. Right. But when I'm walking outside anyways, because I tan so easy, I'm always wearing pants and a hoodie, and I'm always covered up anyways. So I don't wear revealing clothing. If I'm not on display, I don't want to be
on display.
I blend in. I'm the person that I'm overlooked. I don't want to be drawing attention when I'm like, I just don't want to deal.
Right. But you told me that there's going to be some adjustments to your.
Yeah. I mean, as a general rule, I can't wear shorts or skirts that are above the knee. I can't show my shoulders. I can't show cleavage. I can't suck my own dick. I can do grinder, but I can't do it off my crotch because it's considered lewd and it vibrates. So,
but you can do it off.
I can do it off my chest, and I have a piece for my foot, so I can do it off my foot.
Okay.
And I'll be doing contortion, but I have to wear stretch pants. So they gave me all the rules, and I've done all ages shows, so I know when to like tame it back and still be able to do
serious business.
Yeah,
so you'll just be a professional about
especially out there. So,
because they're laws, they're not just rules.
Yeah. So. It is what it is. I mean, it's going to be a drastic culture change, but I'm really excited about the experience.
But you're going to be doing contortions, and you're going to be doing the grinder.
Contortion and grinder. I know on Tuesdays they have like hip hop night, and with all my booty shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, just put me in that in a swag hat.
So are you staying in a nice like hotel with food and stuff, or?
They're actually putting me in a furnished apartment.
Oh.
Yeah, because my main thing is, like I said, I cook at home. So I was like, is the place I'm staying at going to have like a fully furnished kitchen? And they said, honey, you have a fully furnished apartment. Don't worry about all that. So if you want to cook, and they're paying for everything. So they're covering my food, my transportation, just everything. So I'm dealing with packing and movers and everything right now. It's stressful, but once it's done, it's gonna be awesome.
Because you were already moving out of your apartment, and then
my lease was already expiring at the end of this month, anyways. So they were like, "Oh, it's the middle of July." I'm like, oh, "This is like it's perfect timing."
How long?
For 3 months.
That's fantastic. That'll be a huge experience.
Yeah, they're covering the work visa and everything, and I can be out there for an extent of 3 months.
Right.
So. But yeah, I want to go out there. I definitely want to check out like the islands, the beaches, like the really tall buildings and stuff like that. Definitely do tourist stuff. I want to try and hit up like a theme park or something out there.
They have theme parks out there?
I don't know. They have theme parks everywhere. They have theme parks everywhere.
Are really interesting to me.
Dubai's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
They get the vending machines. They have real gold and real semi-precious stones in vending
7-star
machines.
hotel.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Right. Wait a sec. So
they don't have them only there. They have 7-star only.
They have a 7-star hotel.
Oh, it's beautiful. You're gonna love it.
Like reclaimed desert from the sea.
So wait a second. So here we have vending machines with like Twix and Reese's peanut butter cups.
In Japan, they have used pennies.
Well, at my gallery, we have underwear and original art. So if you go to Hyena Gallery, you can also get panties.
Yeah. No, in Dubai, you can get rubies, unpolished rubies, emeralds, gold, beautiful, ornate necklace pieces. I mean, gorgeous jewelry in vending machines.
Right. So there you go. So save your quarters. Because
no, it's real. So they are.
Oh no, I'm excited. I want to.
Right,
I
that's what I was
definitely want to
thinking.
get my. I want to get my hands and definitely my feet. I want to get my feet hennaed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
With that, I love
Yeah,
that. Beautiful tattoo
yeah.
henna.
So I'll probably do it once I get out there, and I'll probably do it once again, like right before I leave.
Right.
But I'll be back mid-October. So I already have people hitting me up like, I need you for Halloween. I'm like, I'm aware. I'll be back. I'll be back.
All the foot fetish people?
No, for performances and stuff. Like
okay.
Halloween, that's my busy season.
Right,
It's
me
Halloween.
too, yeah.
Because I do the Exorcist and all the crazy clown grinding and contortions.
Oh,
yeah,
you got to see her. She does. She
Brilliant.
does
I
everything.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Right.
It's fabulous.
But TomiRae, you are fabulous too. Now, where do you were you born in LA or where were you?
No, I was born in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And I moved to Los Angeles when I was 13 and started my band Hardly Dangerous.
Okay. Really? So yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you started that young.
Yeah, I was a teenage runaway.
I was going to say, where were your parents?
Well, my parents divorced when I was 5, and then some horrible things ensued after my mother married a different man, and I just kept running away. I just didn't want to be there.
Right.
So I left until they stopped bringing me back in cuffs, and finally I said, I'm going to go be a rock star. Leave me alone. I'm 14. Get on with my life. And so I did.
And meanwhile, this is
never
during
looked
the height of 80s Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
I was going to say everybody forgets how young everybody was back then.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I used to be the youngest.
Well, you were the
girl in
youngest.
room, but not anymore. I look around like, it used to be me.
And did I read somewhere, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I did a lot of research. Nicole will tell you, when I have beautiful women on the show, I do a lot of research.
Thank you.
Extensive amounts, hours and hours of research.
And I did hours and hours of research.
Sometimes
on you.
alone
A
after
lot
dark.
of research. I did a lot of research on you, Sin. I didn't know you were coming. But I did a lot of research
I
on
didn't
you.
either.
I read somewhere that you live with Guns N' Roses.
We all live together. All of us live together.
All 5 of Guns N'
In
Roses?
fact, another one of the gentlemen, off
Dizzy
and on.
was my old roommate.
Dizzy's, I love Diz. I mean,
I didn't know that.
one of the gentlemen that is actually playing with us, also he's from London. His name's Pete Wassef. He has a band called the London Cowboys in London. He played with him as well. And
Fantastic
he's
guy,
gonna be
very dapper.
Yeah, very dapper.
Very
He's
dapper.
a wonderful person. Anyway, he's going to be performing as well. And so, yeah, he used to live with us up there, Beechwood Drive.
This was pre-fame or
yeah, pre-fame, Beechwood Drive, and it was, and it was when Hollywood Rose, when Chris, started the band,
Right.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
So Axel and Izzy and was Slash, all of them were there?
Well, they all came into it later after Hollywood Rose.
Okay.
But Chris actually started, and then then Axel, and then they came up with these names, and then Hollywood Rose became Guns N' Roses, and then it's all history then.
Right.
But we were just young kids wanting to be rock and rollers and change the world, and
You're screaming at Axel and Slash to
Clean up.
take the toilet seat down and all that stuff.
man, we didn't even care.
What toilet seat?
We were under the toilet seat. My God.
Cover.
I mean, those were the times of rock and roll and glamorizing cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
Name
I mean,
dropping,
how
no
was that? I
names.
mean, I was a little young for that, but
Yeah, I was a little, I think we're the same age, so I was a little too young for that.
I've seen Decline of Western Civilization too, and I've seen.
Honestly, the scene hasn't changed very much. The only difference is the only people who can afford the rock star lifestyle are people who usually come from money. But they're all doing the same
the rock
things.
stars can't anymore.
Right.
They're all doing the same things.
And your band Hardly Dangerous,
Yes.
Which was signed to, it was signed to a label. Madonna signed you.
To Maverick Records, yes.
Yeah, I don't know, not Madonna herself, but you were signed to a label.
Yeah, the Mad Woman. We called her Mad Woman.
So you met her.
Yes.
You had meetings with Madonna.
Yes, she was fantastic.
How was that?
It was intense. It was intense. She's an astute businesswoman. She's
No question about it.
Yeah, she's amazing. The deal was, they took care of us for a long time. Her and Freddie DeMann, and they took care of us for a very long time, and we were grateful for it. Recorded a lot of really great stuff, and
Most never
great
released.
studios and things, all unreleased. Yeah, there was a choice between Alanis Morissette and Hardly Dangerous, and Alanis got the gig. So it's all right. Everything
Damn,
happens for a
Alanis.
reason. I guess James Brown had other plans. And
Right.
God,
We're going to talk about James Brown, but this is the whole Sunset Strip scene just fascinates me, and that whole period of music. So, but was Madonna, would she give you advice?
Don't come to me and ask questions, because it's much more interesting than something, honestly.
No, Madonna is she's more of a dictator.
Right.
I mean, she's fun, and she's never was allowed to get all that close to her. She's boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's boss. So pretty much is
Did you
whatever
shake her
say.
hand, or did you?
Yeah, actually, I kissed it.
What did you call her? What was she called?
I kissed it.
Mrs. Madonna?
No, just Madonna. Just Madonna. And,
did you look at her in the eye, or you had to?
I looked at her eye.
Right.
I looked at her in the eye, and then I curtsied.
I don't know.
No, I did pick up her hand, and I kissed it, and she went like this.
I heard when she lived in England with Guy Ritchie, people used to have to doff their cap.
Doff their cap, yeah.
Well, that's
She's a lady.
That's
I will say an interesting fact about Madonna. Her and Sin had the same bustier, and I think that's interesting because Sin grinds her bustier.
And because your bustier is bigger than hers.
No. I mean the pointy one.
Oh, the one.
We're going to get to the point later on.
She lit it on fire, and you should have her see it this time, but she made me touch the fire, and it was amazing.
No, we might have to have
It's not fire. It's not open flame.
Like
It's just sparks. It's not fire.
We're
I just really like fire.
I know you do. But getting back to that now, and in Hardly Dangerous, the drummer for Hardly Dangerous was Tommy Lee's
little sister. Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I heard that after James Brown's passing, she took you and your son in.
Actually, she did. She did for a while.
So you guys are still
and
friends?
James Kotak, we're still friends. I still play with Hardly Dangerous off and on. I mean, there are broken bits of the band where we do different things together, but we still play together. You know, any band I've ever played with, I still do perform with.
Right.
You know, just.
I'm just trying to think because from what I gather, and this is we have a mutual friend, Steph, and his band Wicked Gypsy was big too. But you guys sort of like were at the tail end when the '90s were hitting,
right.
And that style of music was kind of
it was dying.
out.
It was going away. Now
Right.
we had gotten there before Wicked Gypsy,
right?
but and been there for a while. So that and it continually was changing.
Right.
You know, they started saying don't post any bills. You couldn't pass your flyers anymore. The Rainbow parking lot was done. I mean, it became
So they shut it
Desolation
down.
Boulevard. Yeah, they shut it down. They didn't want us hanging out up there and making so much noise. Although it was the promotional mecca of the universe. I mean,
Well, that has a lot to do with what happened with West Hollywood. This will be boring, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But basically, West Hollywood became official, like as a city. Originally, it was all mostly unincorporated, and then there's city ordinances passed. I can't put up flyers when I'm promoting stuff. There are no flyers going up. There's all sorts of rules now.
Right.
There are other things we can get away with, but that's all unofficial stuff.
Right.
The most part, it's a city. As a council, it has ordinances, it has permits.
Regulated.
And now
somehow.
it doesn't have 2,000 rock and rollers tripping
Right.
and puking up and down the street.
But I'll tell you what that was the Moment of Intelligence by Nicole Six. We try to have one on every show.
Yeah.
But Sin was telling me now. Sin.
Disclaimer.
No. Sin was telling me because I don't know if people know. I haven't mentioned it here at Skid Row, but I know we mentioned it the first time you were on my show at a guy's apartment. You used to go out with Madonna Wayne Gacy from Marilyn Manson.
Yes.
And you took Madonna Wayne Gacy to see James Brown.
Yes, he was a big James Brown fan, and I heard James Brown was playing in L.A., and I bought 2 tickets, and we went there and enjoyed ourselves. It was so fun.
Right.
It was so good. It was my first time and my only time, and it was just, I had so much fun.
He didn't do the splits, but he did
He didn't do
everything
the
else.
splits. No, Pogo kept telling me to sit down, and I was like, no, because if I sit down, I can't see his feet, and he was still getting down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a dancer. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
he was
yeah.
doing some
No,
amazing
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, I suck with footwork, so I'm a pole dancer. Everything's all upper body or floor work.
Right.
But on my feet, I don't have good footwork. So when I see people who know, like, I'm just like,
Which is ironic because people worship your feet. You do foot parties all the time.
yes.
You
But I
can't
just
put your
have
feet on the show.
I have nice feet, but doesn't mean I know how to
move
She can
I
do
know how to do a
everything
lot
but
of, like-
shuffle.
Yes.
And James Brown is bow-legged and pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they used to call him Crip
What?
because he always walked
Who would
through the
dare
gate.
call James Brown crimp?
Well, they didn't for long.
I was going to say.
Then they called him Blurred.
But they called him, no. It was Crip because of the way he walked.
Right.
The way he danced. He could break his legs while dancing.
Wow. Okay.
And make them look broken as far as
Well, no, he
doing
did some amazing
buck dancing and things. It's a wholly different generational style
Amazing thing.
of dancing. It's completely from servitude. It comes
Right.
from way, way back.
Well, then that's a great segue. Now, from the Sunset Strip, you were back in Las Vegas in mid-'90s.
Mm-hmm.
You were doing a Janis Joplin. It was a part of Legends at
Yes,
Riviera?
yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, which will tell you, and we're going to hear you sing later. You got some serious pipes.
Oh, thank you.
No, there's no question about it. Anybody who's heard you sing knows this. And so you were doing Janis Joplin, and then I've heard 2 versions of the story. One was that James Brown went to see you and picked you out, and the other version of the story was that you had a friend that was already a background singer, and she had you audition for him.
Actually, I had a friend who was with Carlos Cavazo when I dated Kevin DeBro back in the 80s.
That's quite the guys from Quiet Riot.
Yeah, the
for
guys
all
from
you
Quiet
kids out
Riot,
there.
for you kids out there. And Kevin was my boyfriend also at the time when I got the call from her. Now, I had taught her years ago. She wanted to be in my band. I said, you aren't good enough. Let me teach you how to sing. Taught her how to sing, how to format a song. Right. I get a call from her 20 years later, 15 years later, saying, I want to pay back the favor. I'm now a backup singer for James Brown. We're in Las Vegas. He saw you in the show. Right. Would you like to come audition? I said, I'll be there in a minute. So I rushed to go do it. Now, I was having dinner with Kevin at that moment.
Kevin DeBrow, the lead singer.
Yes, and he was mad. I mean, he was really mad because he was a little brat. So
I met him once.
He was a real brat.
Yeah.
You know how he was. So, and he was like, he was actually
or?
Pissed. He was like, he was my boyfriend at that time.
Was he wearing a wig or?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, but he said, I want the James Brown gig. He was like really upset that he didn't have.
Kevin DeBrow wanted to sing backup for James Brown?
because he was such a huge James Brown fan. I'm like, I have to cut out from dinner. I got to go meet him at the Hilton like now. Mm-hmm. So he was more pissed off that he didn't get the gig than that I was leaving our dinner date.
Wow.
And can I ask, were you a big? I mean, everybody loves James Brown, but were you
huge?
More of a,
huge. Yeah? Now let me tell you, I called this onto myself. And I'm really a big believer in that you can put things in the universe.
I 100%
absolutely.
I swear about you. Got to verbalize what you want,
you have
and
to.
then
it's all about the strength of your will.
Really?
You have it. You have it.
Wait, I want to have a threesome with Twisted and Nicole. I put it out. It's out in the universe.
That's right. Just put it out there.
Tonight.
It's called currency for a reason.
Tonight. Go ahead.
No, but no, I told her, and this is a girl I grown up with her. You know, when you're with your girlfriends, you can say, "Oh, you're gonna marry him? Oh my God, no, you marry him? Might have his baby." You know, we've been together since we're 4 or 5 years old. So I'm up there practicing Janis Joplin and James Brown because they have similar type techniques in their voices for the Janis Joplin gigs. Sorry, I keep breaking the table. For the Janis Joplin gig, they have this double voice they use. So I was practicing it, and she said, "Who's that girl you listen to?" I said, Janis Joplin for my show. No, the other one. I said, that's James Brown. She said, no. I said, you don't know James Brown. So I went and I got the cover. Right. And there was a picture of him. God forbid. She said, that's the ugliest man I've ever seen in my life. And I said, what? You got to be, how dare you? I love him. That's James Brown. You know?
Did you say fucking?
Yeah, fucking Brown. You know, and she says, no, gross. Oh my God, would you marry him? I said, yes, I would. She said, oh, would you have his baby? I said, you better believe it. And you know, I met him a year later. And I never left his side. And I was there till the day he died. And we have a beautiful 14-year-old son today. So this happens.
I never talk about who he is. Yeah. But when I saw him on a magazine, I just started giggling. And I don't giggle. You can tell I'm not the giggling sort. But it was the most attractive man I'd ever seen. And I'm like, I know that if I just met him, we just had this connection. And then, we met and we had that connection. Not James Brown. I meant, I'm saying I know exactly what you're talking about.
She's talking about Dark Mark. But anyway, so you're gonna...
Love is blind.
Yeah. Thank God for me. But no.
But no, it's exactly it. It's like sometimes you just know.
Right.
And I mean in my case, I didn't go anywhere. But I mean, I went somewhere for a few years, but then I didn't go anywhere.
It's all about the experience.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes it's not there for it to be a lifelong relationship. It's there for the experience.
You bring exactly. So you can move on with your path.
Can I ask?
Preparing you for what's to come.
Right.
Exactly.
Was James Brown a Janis Joplin fan?
Yes, he loved her. In fact, on a couple of records, you could hear him say when he goes, making the hits, 1965, Janis Joplin, Sam Cooke, James Brown, Sam and Dave, you've heard him do it. Little Richard, he does it every show.
Right.
He used to say Janis all the time.
Right.
So when I did his show, he actually wanted me to do Janis tunes.
Right.
So he would have me come out and introduce me, and I would do 3 or 4 songs by myself. He would leave and do a costume change, come back. I'd go leave and do a costume change and come back. And
you were kind of the co-lead singer.
I was the co-lead singer. I was his lead soloist.
Right.
So I didn't stand with the Bittersweets.
Right.
And that hence my relationship with that background singer no longer exists.
They loved you.
They loved me.
I see clips of you were at Woodstock 99
Yes,
together,
I did.
And he just it gives you a brand introduction, and you guys go crazy.
He was always so gracious to other artists, always bringing up other people, and he just always just wanted to share and to James was just a remarkable man.
Well, let's ask a few other questions. Was he really a sex machine? He was
a sex machine. Actually, a sex machine is a jukebox.
Right.
It's not what people think it is. It's actually a jukebox. That's what in the juke joints.
You just flip the switch.
In the juke joints, they're called sex machines. Sex
machine okay, so that's what he was talking about.
It's a jukebox. Yes.
My mind immediately just went to Quentin Tarantino and Death Proof, and the way it is, we just put that in, and you feel a good song.
Oh yeah,
that's what a sex machine is. Mm-hmm. But he was a sex machine. In fact, at one point, we went on a different show,
right?
Which I mean, of course, we all love Howard Stern. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
We were on his show many times. But, he built me. I mean, he got me this butt, and he got me all fixed up, and he...
but there was nothing wrong before. You're a beautiful woman.
There's always room for improvements. I mean,
he set me up. He made me a star. He showed me how to do everything I know how to do today.
Right. So he gave you butt implants?
He actually, what happened is when I had my son, because before that I was a Hollywood rock star, so I was just like doing all kinds of. I was a garbage can.
Right.
So, but when I had and being on the road, you know how it is. So, but when I got pregnant, I stopped everything.
Right.
Like that day.
Well, I'm glad.
And so I gained like 100 pounds. I was 200 pounds when I had my son. Right. So after that, I still had to be on the stage.
Right.
He gave me exactly 2 weeks off to have my son.
Right.
So we took some off. We
We
saved some. We put some here, and we fixed it up. And he just wanted to make me this big, huge star. And all I wanted to do was take care of him.
But yeah, because he was a taskmaster. I was telling Sin that another thing I read in my extensive research, my two-handed research, was that he fined you even after you were married.
Yes. I got fined.
Like for being late to the stage or missing a cue or something?
Well, no, I didn't even miss the curtain call. I was there, but I wasn't there when he wanted to see me there. But I didn't miss my cue. I wasn't late. I was out. I was right there. But when he turned around and didn't see me there, I was fine. And then when I got off stage at Avery Center, I got off the stage, and it was such a great show that the keyboard player high-fived me.
$75.
And he ripped this necklace off I bought for him, threw it against the wall. He said, "Ladies don't high-five."
Oh.
And he was really angry, and I got $500.
Whoa.
To this day, if a man or anybody comes and high-fives me, I kind of go like this.
Let me kiss your hand like Madonna.
Yeah.
Well, he taught you. But
he taught me everything I know.
So you got fined for $500 for high-fiving?
High-fiving.
You got to high-five you right now because I'm just that kind of rebel.
Can I high-five you?
Let's high-five.
Okay, great. High-fives all around.
I'm broke. I only came with $2,000.
High-five later.
All right.
And I also I read that you did his hair.
I was his hairdresser, his makeup artist, his best friend. And
I mean, no offense, but towards the end, I always thought it was a wig.
No, it's always his real hair.
So please tell me how to get that James Brown hair. I want to have that.
Well,
I want to have that James Brown hair. Okay.
When he taught me, you have to actually, I had to take pictures of it. But no, they're the hard plastic rollers, and you have to take it out, and you have to straighten it. First of all, you have to straighten the hair. Then you take it out piece by piece, and you pull up all the naps.
I have to grow it out a little bit, too, I would imagine.
You got to get all the buck out. That's a buck. That's the natch. Got to get the buck out. You get the buck out with a straight comb. You pull it up real tight, man, real tight, and you roll it, put them under a dryer. Do it again, roll it, take it out, take each one out. It's very, very precise.
It's like 2 hours worth of work at least.
It is 2 hours
and
before the show,
before
2 hours
show.
Before and after. Or anytime we left our house.
Right.
Anytime we left our home. Because you just don't go to the store with James Brown. I mean, sometimes he would go to the store without me knowing, and he looked a little crazy, and people were like, "Oh, he's on nothing." He's just wearing a robe.
We've seen some mug shots. Sometimes he didn't look.
Well, they wouldn't let me brush his hair. I begged.
I've started a lazy parade. That's like
let
my
me at least
solution.
brush it. Let me change the,
But it's amazing because Sim was telling me about him. Even towards the end, I mean, the guy was putting on shows that amazing.
Oh, the last show, the shows that were in China were incredible, and then the Hollywood Bowl, and I mean, he's just
because when I saw him at Hollywood Bowl, that was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 11
yeah.
years ago.
Right.
It was one of our last. It was our last show in LA, actually.
And like I said, the only thing he didn't do was the splits, but I mean, he was getting down, and everybody. It was like a synergy between him and the audience because people in the audience are dancing in their seats, dancing up and down the aisles.
Sure.
I mean, it was just it was.
If
so
I
good.
wasn't rolling hair, I was rubbing
muscles.
So or dispensing diabetic or cancer medications, or making sure his diet or his sugars were right. It was very tedious, very hard. He worked all the time. So it was airplane, hotel, gig, not a lot of off time. He was the hardest working man in show business, and just for his fans. And most times he didn't get paid. He got real screwed at the end, but that'll all be told later. Maybe through your little book people, who knows?
Oh, so there's a book coming?
Well, we're going to wait until the time is right. Okay. I'm not going to be so quick.
All right. What were you going to say?
So we have 3 different acts, and we got 20 minutes.
Right. Okay. All right, but I got a couple more questions. I want to get to that.
All right.
Now, and this actually isn't a James Brown question, but just curious. I had read that you, after James Brown passed away, that you dated Don the Magic Wand, the pimp. Is that correct? Don the Magic Wand, pimp turned celebrity from Pimps Up, Hose Down, American Pimp. Is that correct?
Actually, Don Juan is a really good friend of mine.
Right.
Snoop Dogg, very good friends of mine. They honored me at the Pimpin' Ho Ball as the #1 player of the year. They gave me an award.
Congratulations.
I got a cup.
You get a round of
The
applause.
original Gwen, the lady that makes the cups for everybody. They made a cup just for me.
That's awesome.
Okay. So she made me a cup. I have an award. I am Player of the Year.
Right.
And
which is right, because you're not the Hoe of the Year. You're
no,
the
I was the Player of the Year. I was the Player of the Year.
Respect when
and
they see it.
they honored me with it. They gave it to me all in honor of my husband to show their appreciation.
That
And,
is awesome.
and we took lots of photos together. He was my friend. He is my friend.
Right.
Many of those people are my friends. And you know what? If you don't like it,
No, I like it. I don't
You know
care.
what I mean?
The Player of the Year
I'm
has
just
to
saying
say.
that
I'm just curious because
we're
after that it
friends.
came out that
We're friends, but I allowed him to do it because he had this publicity scam, and he went on Sally Jesse Raphael and all you can talk about. I love TomiRae, and she won't marry me.
okay, so
it was a big thing that we did, and we just thought it was funny because
he's got his hair similar to James Brown.
oh yeah, well the
are you
kids
saying that
grabbed
she just
onto
does
it
anyone's
like
hair?
this. You know,
Right.
and the other lawyers, they're like, "Oh my God, she's dating a pimp. It's perfect." You know, they just thought it was like my way to hell, and they were just going to get everything.
Right.
But they didn't realize it was all planned. It was
So he's
absolutely
a friend,
all.
and that was just a publicity
Oh, it was
stunt.
absolutely planned, and we thought it was funny, and we sat around till the room got filled with smoke laughing about it. So,
Right.
yeah, no, Snoop, Don Juan, all of them, wonderful people, good friends to me, my husband, and it was never that. It was just
That's
another
how
way to
Hollywood
throw me
is.
under the bus.
I mean, I got it. Yeah.
And
As if dating a pimp would like throw me under the bus. I mean, what's wrong?
Which leads me to another very indelicate question, but have you always had jungle fever, or is this your first black eye?
Actually, James Brown is the only black man that I've been with.
And I was gonna
but
say-
it wasn't because he's black. It wasn't
I mean,
because
I've
he's
dated
James
black women.
Brown.
I mean, I'm just saying.
had I been a plumber, maybe I would have married a plumber. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm an entertainer. I have been since I was very young. He's the best entertainer in the world. He commanded the stage, the world, my heart. He was charming. I fell in love with him.
I was better than him.
Well, and while it's relevant to what's happening on the 4th of July, why don't you talk about the current man in your life a little?
Well, oh wow.
Transition.
Let's cut to the cheese.
It's not Don the Magic Wand.
Isn't that next act ready to go yet? No. No, actually, Pete Wassoff, you'll see him perform here. Now, I've
The
known
dapper gentleman I spoke of.
The dapper gentleman she spoke of earlier. He's quite handsome and a total gentleman. He is a Brit. He's lovely. He's a musician, and he's been a friend of mine for 33 years. And we've never been together intimately other than just the love of one another. And today we just still love one another, and we're just getting to a more intimate place.
I saw them on a very quaint date at the Rainbow. And yes, they are definitely
Get a room.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Of what?
You date musicians.
Yeah, well, because I'm not
say a
around
lot of
anybody
us
else.
do.
All I do is record
Right.
and tour and play and take care of my kid. But, that's it.
That's
Kid
James
music,
Brown
music.
II.
That's it.
And
But also, you want to be with someone who inspires you.
And
It's
the
the creativity,
good to look at, and it
Yeah.
treats me like a lady. And
I'm turned on by
Nice.
creative people.
Exactly,
So I'm
creative
just like,
people.
if you can
And make me
build
laugh.
or work or
Yeah.
do
Right.
something, I'm just like,
make me laugh.
What's your passion? The passion.
write songs,
right.
be affectionate,
Right.
and treat me like a queen.
And
Well,
musicians
no.
are typically very romantic.
Right. No wonder you and Nicole got along great. Anyway, so you want to? I want you to catch some sparks now. It's the
Do you
4th
want
of
to
July.
guys
That's catching sparks.
continue talking? It's going to take me a second to throw
Why
this
don't you
on.
guys? When we hear you guys
Talk
sing,
amongst
Okay.
yourselves.
And then-
Well,
then
why don't we
Martin,
have-
perfect.
well, Martin, first of all, can we get Martin to kind of say what? Well, Martin's coming out here
Martin,
from London.
you talk. You talk.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Martin.
One DM. We haven't practiced anything. I just met Tommy very recently.
Okay.
But in person.
Right.
We've spoken.
But I fell in love with his music instantly.
I used to be in a band with her current boyfriend. So we were signed in the 90s. Grunge.
Okay.
And that.
What was the name of the band?
British grunge.
The British side of it, yeah.
What was the name of the band?
Rehab. Be
There you
careful.
go.
Yeah.
You were ahead of your time today. That would be great.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were called Slacker Bitch.
Right.
And they made us change the name when we signed because it was an
Slacker
affront.
Bitch.
Right.
Slacker Bitch. It
You
was
know
a
my
better
book,
name.
Some Fucked Up Shit?
I-
It's like, it's a risk, but you should go with Slacker Bitch, I think.
I
The
like
world might not have been ready
I like
though.
Slacker Bitch so much more.
So this is about the time Oasis and all that was coming out. Blur.
Yeah.
The Slacker
exactly.
Bitch, who I would have bought.
Right.
Exactly. Because we were into Sonic Youth and stuff
Right.
and not really the English. But hey.
But he's a brilliant songwriter.
But and your solo stuff is doing very well.
Well, it's got a niche, yeah. I mean, I've lived
what's
all
the-
over the world,
tell
so
me
that
the
there's a lot
niche.
of people know who I am all over the place. There's little pockets,
Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
So tell me the niche. What is your music?
Well, it's kind of an Americana thing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you want to hear some?
I'd love to.
Let's do it.
Really? Am I just going to play something?
Yeah, just pick it up and play it.
I want to hear you guys sing.
I only brought this guitar.
If you want to get your stuff.
All I have to do is put that on.
Okay.
It takes
You
like
just
30
go ahead
seconds.
and
Let's hear some music. Let's hear
And then
I'm going to play. Right, I'll tell you what I do. When you're ready, can you nod me and I can like fade myself out?
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Right. Sounds like a wild weekend
Ladies
at my
and
house.
gentlemen, Martin McNeil from London, England.
From London, England, Martin.
Yeah. Okay. Seconds.
I feel like Vicky Hamilton of England.
And TomiRae, I guess, singing along too, right?
Not with this one, but
I
I'd
mean,
like to hear it first.
We only have 14 minutes to go.
All right,
I don't know.
so then hurry up. We'll figure something out.
She's dressed as is that Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's just more of a patriotic thing, but yeah, go ahead.
I seen the way you look at me. I see something in your eye. I walked along those Camden streets. There weren't a bar that I left dry. I left that city with hope in my heart and the sound of love ringing in my ears. This tour of duty is a call from above, baby. And will you find me tonight? I got me a postcard from Baton Rouge. Send me a letter from the start. I walked along in a darkened room with your arrow through my heart. I wait my date with destiny, baby. And will you find me tonight?
That's terrific.
That was amazing.
He knows what he's
I
doing.
love that song. It's
kinda
good.
shortened
It's
it.
good.
You do have a beautiful
No,
voice.
I appreciate it. No, you have a great voice. And,
That was
and-
great.
It reminds me a little bit of Elvis Costello, a little bit, as far as like the roughness in your
take
voice.
that.
No, I love it. It's gorgeous. You have a beautiful voice.
So you want to hear a beautiful voice? Can TomiRae sing something?
Okay,
please?
yeah, let me just, I don't know.
I
should probably
want
play it,
to
baby.
download that at some point. That was
Why don't
great,
you just
Martin.
play Dead Flowers and I'll sing it?
Yeah, how did is that on iTunes? Can we download that?
You can find me on reverbnation.com.
Where he's the top artist in
/Martin
England, I
McNeil.
guess.
Right?
Just look for the tops in England,
Just
and
go
there
ahead
he
and
is.
do Dead Flowers.
If
and
you
I'll
just
sing
do
it.
Americana, you'll find me somewhere.
But that's terrific. Yeah,
It was
you do have a
beautiful.
terrific voice.
Well,
I'm really
I
looking
felt
forward
a
to the
little
show.
uncomfortable, the whole black guy line, thing, and then she talked about
Madonna, Lucier.
Marilyn Manson going to see James
that.
Brown, and so I was a fan of Janis Joplin. I thought, well.
Why not?
good.
And let me tell you something. You sound like an Elvis Costello, but can actually sing.
Thank you.
But, love Elvis Costello,
Wow.
but the voice
I
is a
thought it
little
was
rough.
just gorgeous and very lyrical. I love the lyrics.
Very
Oh,
pretty.
and he's that's just
We're gonna promo the show. It's gonna be good.
Do you
Okay.
do it? Where do you? Do you do it with like a cap
just
on?
like that. You don't need a cap over. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me remember this.
D-A-G.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
And if you're sitting there in your
composite chair, talking to a ritual that you know. I hope that you won't see me and my reggae
to put roses on your
Oh my God.
Sorry about that, Tommy.
Fantastic. Woo!
Wonderful.
I
Now,
love
those
We
are some-
actually have rehearsal tonight, so we're going to work that out later.
Now, those are some white people with soul.
Wow. Wow.
Am I wrong?
Am I right?
There's two white people with some serious soul. There's no question about that.
Well, we're actually on our way to rehearsal after this, but yeah, we're going to have a really great show for
It's
you.
gonna be a
I can't
great
wait.
show.
Also, Jimmy Z is going to be sitting. Also, Jimmy Z.
Although,
I'm so excited.
although James Brown would have fined you $50 for the way you started that out.
Right.
Other than that. Now, for any other show,
I find myself $300, so I'm doing okay.
for any other show,
Should be giving me money.
for any other show, that would be so much entertainment. But this is the Dark Mark show.
I know. So
we
we want
got
to
a
do
little
some
bonus.
We gotta do a little
And
some
all
little
that-
We're
fetishy.
gonna do it for America.
This is for America.
the beautiful people.
Well, do we have any like
I don't
patriotic
want you, and I don't need
music to play?
Come on, Nicole.
It's all relative to the size of those steeples.
I was going to sing "Living in America" while you did this one. Living in America.
I know that is living in America.
4th of July, let's see some fireworks.
Yeah. You want to go over there, Tommy? You want to catch some fireworks?
Right.
You want to touch the
Fireworks?
fireworks?
Woo! I'm going to catch some fireworks.
Yeah.
Do I get to
Okay,
sing
so
Living
this
in
is
America?
Fisted, by the way.
You can if you want. We
For
won't
people-
stop you.
For people on radio, this is Fisted, and her salutes. Yes.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, yes.
No,
There you
that's
go.
Wait, that,
Immortality
wait, that's
right
the
there.
James Brown tattoo,
By Mark Mahoney.
right? That's the James. I'm,
Yeah.
Mark Mahoney. Okay, ready?
Mm.
Okay, ready?
Tommy, if you could scoot in a little bit. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Fire.
Thin Fisted. There we go.
Wow, it's beautiful. Oh, look.
It's amazing.
Thin Fisted is shooting sparks at TomiRae Brown right now. Look at that.
Happy 4th of July.
Yes. Living in America. Barely life. What's so proudly we have the twilight's last gleaming, whose red stripes and bright stars through perilous life. What's so right we want? What's so gallant we sing?
Only in America and some other places could you do that.
Across the nation.
It's really hot. But can I take it?
She melted a nipple.
Did you melt a nipple there, Sam?
It's gone. It went down.
Look, the nipple is melted. Oh my goodness, you gotta get another nipple.
One woman.
Can I come touch the fire?
Hold on.
Oh my God, that's happening.
Yeah. Hi, Mark. Get a picture.
I got a couple on here. But they weren't great.
Hold on. Nicole wants another picture. Hold on.
That is I want one too.
Hold on.
I'm gonna read it.
Hold on.
Happy 4th of July.
Hold on. Where's the camera on this thing? Hold on.
Dark Mark, happy 4th
I
of
got it. Yeah, go over there, Nicole. I got it. We flip it around.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving it. Okay, I gotta go with Nicole.
Hold on. do you flip it around? How do you flip it around? How do you flip it around? Okay. Okay, now we got to go ahead, woman. Everybody say, living in America. All right, we got it.
I got some hot titties.
There's your nipple to pop back in place.
Does
You just knocked it
America
off.
like beautiful women in
smell in
flames?
here now. Isn't
I
that
love it.
beautiful?
Oh.
It's like pedal to the
Yeah, that
metal.
one went away. It is
Pedal
gone.
to the pedal, however you want to put it.
Start bending like that, I just cut them off.
It was
Very
soldered.
nice.
Pedal to the metal, I think, is the
Yeah,
one
I think
I've been
so.
hearing lately.
Wow. That's the way we do things in America.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you think he's here?
Exactly. Well, you've been here before, I'm sure.
my
You two
God.
have
I've been here a few times. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure.
You know how.
So anyway,
Good times.
while Sin, we're going to talk about Sin for a second. But,
Yes.
Talk about me.
you going to do some more contortions, or what are you going to do?
I don't know. Did you want to?
Yeah. If you want to, if
Are
there's
you-
something else you want to do,
Do whatever
please.
you want to do.
Please.
Yeah,
We got 10 minutes left. These 2 minutes are yours.
You mean I
Yes.
get to be entertained?
Anyway, so Tommy Ray, you're going to have a big show at the Rainbow on 4th of July.
On 4th of July at the Rainbow, it starts at 10. I've got lots of people coming in. I've got Martin McNeil from London. I've got Pete Wasif from London, England.
Right.
I've got Krieger from Ike and Tina's band and
Right.
plays with London.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
Krieger's a Rainbow regular.
Krieger, Rainbow regular. Yeah, he's alumni. And then I've got some special guests coming that I don't want to announce because we might have a Madhouse mob, and I
Very
don't
nice.
want that to happen.
Well, see what's going on to the left of you,
I'm
by
just
the way?
going to do it while you're talking. Because we don't
Oh,
have much
look at
time.
this. Oh, my
We don't
goodness.
have much
She's
time.
contorting.
It's true.
And, of course, Jimmy Z.
And Jimmy.
Okay.
Z.
And Jimmy Z. Okay.
And
so,
now she's at Pretzel.
and now she's
I
a
know, but
pretzel.
that camera can't capture.
Oh, hi. Oh,
I
my
can
God.
capture
Look
that.
at that.
Mark will get it with that camera. I'm all, we can make that camera capture it.
That just has to happen. Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, Sin. You're right there.
Go ahead, ask her a few questions.
Nicole, you want to get a picture of that?
Yeah, I'm in it. I was already going to do it. We have the same eye, Mark.
So that's at the Rainbow on the Sunset Strip. If you're in Los Angeles, that's the 4th of July party to go to.
That's the 4th of July
Tommy
party
Ray
to go
Brown
to.
with a lot of special guests. Who knows? Don the Magic Wand might be there. Who knows what's going to happen?
I hope he is. Everybody
I
get
hope
off
so.
our tip.
Snoop
He's a
Dogg,
good guy.
Snoop
got
Dogg
the
might be
cutest
there. Who
pictures.
knows what's going to be there?
And he's got cool shoes. Everybody in the world,
And by the-
anybody's
and
going to
by
be
the
there,
way,
Doc
I
Mark.
didn't talk about your son James Brown II, but I'm envious of him. The man is a handsome young man.
He is, isn't he?
He's going to be
He just had a birthday.
He's going to be a
How did he
lady
get
killer
that?
if he isn't already.
I know.
You don't get that. He's the son of James Brown and Tommy Ray Brown. How could he not be a good-looking guy?
But he defies even your imagination.
So
He's a
seen how well
guitar
he
player, a
does.
drummer, a rapper. He is going to acting school right now. He's
That's
signed with
fantastic.
Untitled Management. He is extremely motivated and into doing what he has a
it's
musical
a
vision.
tough legacy to live up to, but I'll bet he does it.
He's just a good kid, and I'm thankful to God for
That's the
him.
main
Yeah.
thing. So anyway, he can in a couple of years probably go to Sinfisted's website, sinfisted.com,
Yes.
which I encourage everybody to go to.
Yes.
And buy stuff.
Yes.
And
I'll be at the Anime Expo tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Do you want to reveal your character? It's pretty cute.
I'm gonna be Inuyasha,
But she's not gonna be Inuyasha.
I'm gonna be Sinuyasha.
Yeah.
I'll be a female version. It's female, sluttier, sexier version of Inuyasha.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll be Inuyasha for the weekend. So if you want to catch me there. And I leave on the 14th, and I won't be back until mid-October.
and you've got
So
a
go out
couple private
and see
parties
her.
next week for your farewell.
Yeah, I have a farewell party going on at the Gold Cadillac in Canoga Park on the 11th, which
Yes.
will be my last night performing. There's bands, it's full bar, no cover.
Right.
Wow, that's a party.
Yeah.
And Tommy Ray, how do people get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you after you take your picture?
With two hands.
Yes.
No, actually,
Do you have a website? Do you have a?
I actually, TomiRae at me.com. TOMIRAE at me.com is my
Right.
email.
And
And you
come.
can find me on Facebook, TOMIRAE, one word, Brown. And that's pretty much the only way you can get a hold of me.
Yeah,
I live
you-
under the radar.
Well, you still have a pending friend request from me, but
I do?
yes.
Well, you know what I
Come
will
to-
do? I will fix that
Come
immediately.
see her and Martin and Pete and Jimmy Z
And Jimmy Z
and
and
Krieger
Krieger.
all
And
in the
many
rainbow
special guests.
this
Special guests.
Saturday.
Too big
It'll
to
be
mention.
amazing.
Right. And go to Nicole. What a show. This is so great. It just went by like that. It's a great show. Nicole6.com. Buy some fucked up shit. Go to gothcomedian.com. See where I'll be playing. Everybody have a wonderfully creepy week. Bye.